Chapter 5. Shutdown and Maintenance. Your job as an operator doesn't end with operation. Not only will you need to know proper procedures for shutting down and transporting your machine, but skid steer loaders also require regular maintenance to keep them running smoothly. In this chapter, we will discuss proper procedures for parking and shutting down the machine, and best practices for fueling and basic maintenance. Parking and shutdown procedures. If at any point you must leave your machine or cease operation, it's important that you don't leave the machine running while unattended. Therefore, before leaving the seat, you must follow the proper procedures for parking and shutting down your skid steer loader. These include bringing the skid steer loader to level ground, lowering the bucket to the ground, rolling the cutting edge of the bucket down, engaging the park brake, stopping the engine, raising the seat bar, which will simultaneously lock the pedals, removing your seat belt, then finally, dismounting the machine using the three-point contact method. In case of an emergency, if you can't exit from the front of the machine, use the emergency exits located either through the roof or the back window, depending on your skid steer's model. Parking for transport. If your skid steer needs to be transported by trailer to and from the site, you may need to load it back onto the trailer after operation. In this case, you should always back onto the trailer, then follow the procedures for parking and shutdown. Ensure you follow federal legislation's tie-down procedures when securing the machine for transport. It's important that you never tow a skid steer loader, as this will damage the hydrostatic pumps and motors. Fueling. Fueling is a common procedure you will need to perform as an operator. At the end of each shift, you must ensure your engine is full to reduce the likelihood of condensation in the fuel tank. To ensure you fuel your machine safely, follow these steps. Go to your site-designated refueling station. Stop and cool the engine. Prevent sparks during fueling by grounding the filler nozzle to the machine, and start filling. Although fueling is a common procedure, it can also be dangerous if not done correctly. Therefore, it's important to keep these precautions in mind while fueling. Ensure your refueling station is equipped with a fire extinguisher. Never smoke while fueling, as this can cause an explosion or fire, and never overfill the tank to account for fuel expansion. Basic maintenance and servicing. Most manufacturers require regular maintenance and servicing for their skid steer loaders, so it's important that your employer establish a routine maintenance and inspection program in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendations. While maintenance may look different for each skid steer loader depending on the manufacturer's instructions, here are some basic practices you should follow. Before working on the machine, lower the bucket. If the bucket must remain elevated for maintenance, support it using the loader arm support and chains for added precaution. Always use the lift arm supports when inspecting or servicing in or near the elevated lift arms. After adjustments, repairs, or services are complete, check for correct function of the parts. If modification or removal of any part of the machine was required for service, all parts should be returned to their original condition, and all protective guards and shield must be replaced following service. And never modify, bypass, disable, or override safety systems. Remember to always follow the instructions in your operator's manual for maintenance and servicing, as this will help prolong the life of your machine and keep you safe out in the field.